Welcome once again. This is the Dr. Sophie Rothschild show. I want to talk briefly about the current trend going around. We see it in Britain, and we also see it in the United States of let's tax the rich. Before my response to that, before I start um, on this part of taxation, we should first look at how government, yes, is spending the money. For example, in Britain, we have a situation of there are more admirals than ships. There are more horses than tanks. There were huge. There's a roughly some $1 billion. Well, come about 50 to 60 billion pounds on the military. Yet there's not enough bullets to last them a week, and there's a lot of other problems. So before we start increasing um, taxation, we should first start thinking about how are we spending people's money we collected. Now, in regards to taxation, I have no problem with paying taxes. My problem is that this zeal and this yearning to punish success. I think, everybody should pay the same amount. We should just have a simple system of taxation. Probably about everybody pay a similar rate and no more deductions, no more write-off. Let's have a simple flat tax system or um, other systems that does other methods of taxation that does not punishes or penalizes success. Because at the end of the day, let's be honest, the people that create the jobs, they hire, say, driver, or they hire construction workers, or they hire enough to for a company or rich people. So rich people does create jobs and economic opportunity. So my approach is to create incentives, yes, for people to do things for themselves and to be less dependent on the government. And that would in turn mean a tax system that does not punishes or penalizes success. Because otherwise, if all the rich people leave, then that will mean all the factories and all the companies and all the corporations will leave and nobody's going to be employed. So you need rich people to employ people. But at the same time, though, I'm against people who pay absolutely no taxes. That's also not appropriate. So everybody should pitch in to pay some taxes. At the same time, we should not have a tax system that punishes and penalizes success. Okay? And we need to also take a look at how the money is being spent. We should focus on making people self-sufficient as opposed to making people dependent. So if you make people self-sufficient, that means you will have less need for massive tax burden to keep this a big bloated government going. So you have a a tax system that doesn't punish people, but encourages and incentivizes people to create wealth and opportunities. At the same time, making sure they pay their, help pay some of the taxes to keep the roads and bridges and schools and hospitals and the military and the police and the fire department open and running. And also at the same time, we should get rid of some of these other useless government programs that are not doing anything but just um, creating a big building government. So with all that done, so you want a tax system that does not punishes or penalizes success, but at the same time, too, people that are well, they should also pay some taxes, And at the same time, on the other hand, too, we create a system that make people self-sufficient so that they do not become dependent on the government. Government dependency is never good. Now, people will ask me, okay, I'm the heir to a very large fortune. Um, that's not fair. Well, when I was young, I used to carry logs on a estate. I also did paramilitary training. So this is loss prevention. So for time went through hardship and suffering. So I've earned my keep. Okay. And I also have two doctorates, one in experimental physics and another one in history, economics, and politics, and a minor in theology. So I've earned my keep, and I think yes, people should pay taxes to maintain the roads, bridges, school, hospitals, clinic, the police, the fire, and the military. But all that other nonsense and wasteful programs and blow the government, get rid of those and create a tax system that doesn't punish and penalize their success and also another make people more self-sufficient. And so you don't need all this excess taxes. Also, too, I'm totally against property tax. Why? You should not pay tax on something you own. That's insulting. That's a scam and a gimmick, and that needs to end. And that's do I agree with Trump should end it, and I agree with a lot of people that will end it. I think one of the best system would be a flat tax system. So that one end, you got the money to pay for the road, bridges, school, hospitals, clinics, military, and fire and police, and that's a basic needs. And all other excess junk and build the government, get rid of those. Keep it simple, keep it fresh, keep it moving forward. And that's my 2 cents on taxes. And yes, I'm not saying this because I'm the heir to a multi-billion-dollar fortune. No, I'm just saying because it's the right thing. Thank you.